Hey everyone, it's Susan Pierce Thompson and welcome to the weekly vlog. It is Wednesday, June 29th, 2016, and today I am 42 years old. It's my birthday today. Yeah, happy birthday to me. 42. I feel great about being 42. I'm a fan of birthdays in general. And someone wrote in a vlog topic that I thought would be apropos. It's from a woman named Sally, and she says, "Hi Susan, I've been following you enthusiastically. I have a vlog topic for you, and I think this idea will help your boot campers too. Knowledge is power, right? I've noticed that when I've been on diets for 3 or 4 weeks, things are going smoothly. I don't really have cravings for sugar. I appear to be past that. But then I go to a special party or an event and I have just one little piece of something and I'm off to the races. It's like I get some sort of sugar high and I can't stop craving it for days and days. I think we'd all like to know what's going on in our bodies that sets us up to have that craving at such an uncontrollable level. Since knowledge is power, if we knew what was going to happen, maybe we could have more fortitude to avoid it. Then, if we do mess up, how can we get back on track more quickly so we don't lose several days to voracious cravings and appetites? Thanks so much for considering, Sally." Well, Sally, that is pretty much the crux of the entire Bright Line eating program right there. That happens. And there are reasons why it happens, and it's why we use bright lines as opposed to allowing exceptions. And I guess to me this ties into my birthday because number one, it's why I won't be having any cake, not even a single bite on my birthday today. And P.S. I don't really care. I'm excited to be with my husband and my kids and have dinner with them, and a Bright Line meal is going to be perfectly fine. I'm going to be enjoying, you know what's going to be special about today? Not cake. What's going to be special today is that my 3 precious little daughters are probably going to make me some little thing. "I love you, Mommy, happy birthday." And they're going to sing to me, and that's going to be what's special about today. What's going to be special about today is reflecting on where my life has gone, especially in the last 2 years. It was 2 years ago today that I turned 40 and anointed my big, hairy, audacious goal, which was to build a Bright Line eating movement so powerful, so strong, so widespread, so well known that anyone, anywhere who was desperate to lose weight and did not have a roadmap that worked would have access to a solution that would work for them. That's my big, hairy, audacious goal. And actually, I think I'm going to announce right here, right now, I've been thinking about this for a while, my big, hairy, audacious goal has just gotten bigger and hairier and more audacious. I hereby declare that by 2040, which is 24 years from now, basically a 25-year goal, a 25-year timeline. By the year 2040, in Bright Line Eating, we will have helped 1 million people achieve and maintain goal weight. 1 million people. And Sally, we will not do it by eating something off our food plans at a special occasion. Those types of exceptions are the erosion of all that works. So here's why it happens, Sally. First of all, sugar is a drug that's more powerful than cocaine or heroin. So when you take it back into your system, especially once you've already been addicted to it, it is going to set off powerful cravings. That's just the way the physiology of addiction works. So it's important to remember when you're dealing with sugar and flour, you're not dealing with food, you're dealing with drugs. That's the first thing, is to recognize that. The second thing that's going on is that the brain gets trained by conditioning, just like kids get trained by conditioning. So when kids are whining for something and we give in to it, we're basically teaching them to whine more in the future when they want something. And it's the same with our brain. When it hounds us for something and we give in to it, we're teaching it to hound us more in the future. When we throw up a bright line and say, no, I don't eat that way, that's not my food, I don't eat that, the brain will eventually, just like a child, realize, oh, mommy's never going to give in. I can't get what I want just by asking over and over again, and it will give up. You will literally make those cravings go extinct by not giving in to them. And then the other thing that's going on is what psychologists call the what the hell effect. If you're on a diet, then when you break the diet, there's this, oh, what the hell, I'm going to start my diet again on Monday, I might as well eat whatever I want now. In Bright Line Eating, we don't diet. What we do instead is we build a new identity as someone who does Bright Line Eating. Just like a vegetarian has an identity as someone who doesn't eat meat. And in the same way that a vegetarian doesn't make an exception just because they happen to be at a steakhouse, they literally order vegetarian foods on the menu. In Bright Line Eating, we don't make an exception just because it happens to be our birthday or it happens to be some kind of fancy special occasion. And with that new identity comes all kinds of strength and power and peace. So, Sally, your final question of how can we resume effectively, I've got a process for that. I call it the 4 S's. To resume effectively, it's speed, do it quickly. Social support, tell someone as quickly as you can and call Bright Line Eating buddies or other people who do Bright Line Eating and let them in on what's going on with you. Get social support around resuming. Self-love, so talk to yourself gently. We all make mistakes and nobody's perfect, so be kind to yourself as you're resuming and seek the lesson. Seek the lesson. So usually when we go off track like that, there's some reason for it. Maybe it's because our stress was too high and our social support was too low. Maybe it's because we haven't fully internalized the identity of someone who does Bright Line Eating. And that's what I'm guessing from what you wrote, is that you've got some fortifying to do of your identity as someone who really does Bright Line Eating. And that means that, even on weekends and holidays and special occasions. And, sometimes the lesson is that we need to plan ahead better and call the hostess or the restaurant and find out what's being served so we can plan out our Bright Line meal in advance. There's all kinds of lessons that we can learn from a break. A break in the Bright Lines does not have to be the end of the world, and we can resume quickly, and sometimes we have to deal with 2 or 3 days of really wicked cravings. Sometimes the repercussions are even worse than that. Sometimes it's very hard to get back on track. I've experienced all of the above. But I'm here to say that resuming is totally possible, and even on your birthday, you don't have to eat cake. So here's to being 42 and happy to be being 42 and feeling grateful to be on the journey. Thank you, Sally, for your lovely question. I'm so glad that you're watching enthusiastically, and I'm very happy to have you in the Bright Line Eating community. I'm feeling tremendous love for everyone right now in the Bright Line Eating community. And I just want to end by saying that right now I am working, this is important, okay, I am working really hard to finish my manuscript for the book, Bright Line Eating. The title of the book is Bright Line Eating, The Science of Living Happy, Thin, and Free. And I am, other than, recording this video and not much else, I am on a writer's retreat and really focused on finishing up that manuscript. The first draft is all done, and this is like the honing and tightening and reading it through, and is this the book that it needs to be? And if you have any prayers that you want to send my way, or just good juju for me to be an effective channel for this message, because that's what I have felt like all along, is just a channel for something that needs to be birthed into the world, I would appreciate your thoughts and your prayers, and I really would. So I'm literally asking for your thoughts and prayers for this book to be the messenger that it needs to be out in the world to build this movement, and to be the vehicle so that by 2040 we can have 1 million people living at goal weight through Bright Line Eating. I really believe that that's what's in store for our movement. keeps mushrooming beyond anyone's conception about what's possible or realistic or anything. It's a message whose time has come. And I'm so grateful for you being on this journey with me. And thank you for sharing my birthday with me. I love you. And if you have something you want me to talk about on the weekly vlog, just send it in. I may even talk about it on my birthday. I'm at susan@brightlineeating.com, and I'll see you next week.